everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today we have a delicious fall breakfast or snack or treat, whatever you want to call it, for the fall season. We are going to make our delicious pumpkin chocolate sourdough muffins, and we're going to use some great ingredients to make these delicious muffins. If you enjoy these cooking videos, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos from me about healthy living and getting back to the simple way of living here on the homestead on the banks of Riggs Creek Farmhouse. Okay, so here is what we're gonna need. We're gonna need about a cup of pumpkin puree. You can use your own homemade puree from the pumpkins you grew or just canned pumpkin. Some all-purpose flour. I like to get a good organic one, some organic sugar. Our spices are gonna be cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, or a pumpkin pie spice. You can buy it at your local supermarket or make your own like I did. We're gonna need some baking soda, baking powder, and sea salt. All of these ingredients and the measurements are going to be over on the blog, which is www.riggscreekfarmhouse.net. We need some vanilla extract, coconut oil, and some raw honey. This is some local honey, and some chocolate chips. Of course, a half cup of sourdough, and 2 farm fresh eggs or some organic eggs, and we got those here. And these should be at room temperature. And then you're going to need a muffin pan. If you don't want, you can also make this as like a cake, or a bread. You could put it in a loaf pan and make it as a pumpkin chocolate bread, which is just as delicious. And then you're gonna need 1 stick of room temperature butter. Okay, so then you're gonna go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees before we combine all of our ingredients, and then it will be ready to go once all the ingredients are combined and put in the muffin pan. So my trusty assistant is going to squirt, that's a little too much of the cooking spray lightly. So just lightly, lightly all around in each muffin hole, getting the sides, just lightly, not too much. Yeah, it's just a thin coat of cooking spray. Okay, so now we're going to combine all of our dry ingredients. So I have this sifter. I like to sift everything because I feel like the muffins will be fluffier and more light. So my assistant is going to take the all-purpose flour and he's going to gently pour it in there. And then on the side, there's like a little crank. He's going to crank it through. So he's going to lift this part right, just like that. And then you're going to crank, just like that, very gently, because we don't want it to get outside the bowl. And then we're going to add the sugar and the baking soda, the baking flour, and the spices into the bowl. All right, you ready to put the sugar in? So just set that right on top of the flour. Go ahead, the sugar's right there. And my assistant is my little nephew. He's learning how to bake pumpkin chocolate muffins for the fall. All right, so now you're gonna go ahead and we're gonna combine all of our wet ingredients. So we're gonna crack 2 room temperature eggs into the bowl. And then you're gonna add, after that, your pumpkin puree, and you're gonna add, your coconut oil and honey and butter in there. Nope, no shells, you're good. So let's go ahead and add your butter. So add that whole stick of butter. Right there, just toss it right in there. All right, now you're gonna go ahead and add your pumpkin puree, your coconut oil and honey, and your vanilla extract. Yes, sir. Be careful. Don't get too close to the blade. Need a little help? Make sure it gets in the bowl, not out of the bowl. We turn that off to add the vanilla extract. Pour it all in there, get it right in the bowl. And then we're gonna add our pumpkin puree last. And then give that a good mix before we start adding our dry ingredients into the bowl. All right, once that's combined, we're gonna go ahead and add some dry ingredients and let it mix to thoroughly combine. So you're gonna put it right in the chute. Let's move the chute over here so it's a little easier. There you go. There you go. Now, one of the keys to make any type of muffin is not to over mix. So once it's combined, and you can see there's some flour on the side, that's okay, because we still gotta add our chocolate chips and we still gotta add our sourdough. So we're gonna add our sourdough and we're gonna let it ferment. You can let this ferment from the night before, or you can let it ferment. It depends. The longer it ferments in the refrigerator or on the counter, the better it is. So we're gonna let this ferment for a bit before we add the chocolate chips. Okay, so now we're gonna add some chocolate chips. These are some dark chocolate chips. You can add semi, you can add unsweetened, completely up to you. And we're gonna fold them into our pumpkin batter. Okay, now we are gonna go ahead and fill our muffin. Oop, I don't know what's going on here. We're gonna fill it halfway with our pumpkin chocolate chip batter, and then we are going to cook it in our oven that's been preheated for 20 minutes and cool them on a cooling rack.